Paris Saint-Germain are on their way to Munich in 3.5 weeks' time to face the Italian champions, Inter Milan.
James, I can't believe we're here, man. This is it. If somebody had told me what would be your favorite Champions League final at the start of the campaign, I would have said, okay, I want my PSG in the final. And I want an Italian team, so me and James can go together to Munich again. Even if I'm going to get stressed, I'm
Jules,
glad we're here.
this is the rivalry of brotherly love.
Exactly,
right here.
you're right.
What I love about this final is it's two teams that haven't played each other in this final before. Inter haven't been in the final since 2 years ago, haven't won it since 2010. PSG obviously never won it.
I know.
So it's quite exciting just for that, isn't it?
So exciting. And in a way, I guess, there's two different styles. One is younger, the PSG one, at the start very much of this new project, post-Mbappe and Neymar, Messi. Maybe they're a little bit ahead of schedule because I don't think they anticipated maybe being capable of winning it so early in year one. And I guess for your boys at Inter, it's more maybe probably closer to the end of this generation and this project where this will be the finale of finale if they were to win it. There's not much between the two teams, but that experience of what happened 2 years ago, that disappointment that they faced, I think is something that might give them a little edge.
This is a very mature team, not only because of their age, but because of what they've been through over the last 4 or 5 years. The core group has played a Europa League final, lost to Sevilla, played a Champions League final, lost to City, but you look at their route to the final this time around, they go to City, they don't concede, 0-0. They play Arsenal at San Siro, they win, don't concede. Entire league phase, they only concede 1 goal, they only lose once. And then in the knockout stages this time around, no one can say that Inter haven't run the gauntlet, you know? Barcelona, if you can come through that, you can kind of come through everything.
That's what scares me, and set pieces as well, because
Size, Dumfries.
And PSG are not good on set pieces. And Donnarumma is not good on set pieces. The journey for PSG has been quite incredible from a very slow start, stuttering really in the league phase. And Luis Enrique, I think, faced quite a lot of criticism, and rightly so, because there was a moment towards the end of December where we thought PSG might not even make it. And then that game against City happened in January. They go 2-0 down just after the break. And then I'm thinking, oh my word, nah, this is it. This is the moment where everything changed.
Best performance I've seen so far in the Champions League this season. That second half performance.
I think
in terms of peaks, they were unplayable that night, PSG.
To be fair to Luis Enrique, he said when Mbappe left, I would have rather kept him because he's the best player in the world, but we will be better without him, especially collectively. So let's make this team a proper team with cohesion, where everybody works together, you defend together, you attack together. That kind of spirit that was not really there before because you had the superstars, so it was everything was built on or around Mbappe or around Neymar or around Messi as well, or all three of them together. And I think it was always going to take a little bit of time to go post-Mbappe and post-Neymar and all of that. Dembele moving from a right winger position to central, I think was a moment of genius from Luis Enrique that also changed everything.
Mbappe was clearly in his way.
Who? He's gone for me now. There's something. Look at Bologna. They win the Coppa Italia for the first time in 51 years. Newcastle, they win a trophy for the first one in 71 years. Even Harry Kane, how long has he been alive? Like 31 years, 32 years, he wins a trophy. Spurs, a first big trophy, first European trophy in 41 years.
Inter, first Champions League in 15
that
years.
That doesn't count. 15 is not long enough. You have to have gone through a drought, like a proper drought. PSG never won the Champions League. This is their turn.
I think the thing is, with this PSG team, no one would begrudge them this. I think people look at it,
big thing.
And people actually like this PSG team.
Yeah. Why do you think this team is liked now by people who didn't like it before?
I think because there's less ego about PSG.
I think the PSG Ultras have done a lot for this likeable side of the club now and of the team, because you see them, you see videos on social media where they all singing some of the top off in December, and they all jumping up and singing. people in England have seen the PSG Ultras so much because they played against City and they played against Arsenal and Villa and Liverpool. It seems that the talk about the PSG Ultra here in England is so big because of that. Ultras are not perfect by far, as we know. They come with problems at times.
Yeah. You're going to go and see some PSG
Yeah,
Ultras,
yeah, I will. On Tuesday night, I'm going.
I mean, you are a PSG Ultra anyway.
Well,
so.
I used to go in the hotel, but PSG, the only time they went to the Champions League final was in COVID, so no fans were there. Inter Ultras were there 2 years ago for most of them in Istanbul, and so they would have been there before, but for the PSG Ultras or PSG fans in general, this would be a first. So it'd be a very special occasion, and I really think that the two sets of fans will also make this final special. Because you know the choreography would be there, you know the colors, you know the ambiance, the singing, the chanting, everything would be like probably the best level that we could see. So that in itself would be another matchup that would be super, super cool.
Okay, so you go get the Eurostar to Paris. I've got a plane to catch to Milan, and we'll see each other in Munich?
Perfect. So after meeting James, now I'm traveling to Paris on the Eurostar. The first person I'm going to meet in Paris is Lies. He's a PSG fan, season ticket holder, Ultra. He will tell us a bit what it means for him to be a PSG fan and what it means to him to be an Ultra.
Ça va quoi? Ouais. Et toi? Ça va super. Ça fait plaisir de te voir.
Lies, déjà merci d'être là. Dis-moi ce que ça représente pour toi d'être un ultra du PSG aujourd'hui.
Ben, ça représente beaucoup de choses, c'est une émotion particulière. C'est une équipe qui représente ma ville, donc il y a une forte appartenance. Donc c'est pour ça que mon cœur bat un peu rouge et bleu. Moi j'ai commencé en 99, ça veut dire j'avais 15 ans. J'étais pris par l'émotion, le côté animation des tribunes, des chants, c'est quelque chose vraiment qui m'a pris. Un ultra, c'est une manière de vivre déjà. On se lève, on pense au club, c'est-à-dire encourager de manière inconditionnelle son club. Également donc, faire en sorte d'animer sa tribune, que ce soit à domicile ou à l'extérieur, confectionner donc, tout ce qui est voilà, un tifo, drapeau, étendard, bâche. Voilà, chacun a son rôle un peu prédéfini, mais c'est une association, un groupe, et il y a aussi c'est une sorte de vie de famille, hein, un petit peu. Il y a certains objectifs, donc qui dit objectif, forcément, il y a chacun a un rôle,
Ouais,
il y a des ordres qui sont passés.
Parle-moi du rôle du capot, parce que ça aussi les Anglais ils ont du mal à comprendre qu'il y a un mec qui tourne le dos au jeu et qui voit pas du tout le match.
Il peut y en avoir plusieurs, il y en a souvent plusieurs, puisque c'est pas forcément, enfin c'est même quasiment impossible de le faire durant tout le match. Il y a beaucoup d'énergie à donner. Voilà, c'est aussi, il faut avoir de la créativité, savoir.
En Angleterre, ils trouvent ça hallucinant. C'est important pour toi que vous soyez aussi reconnu dans un sens, que les gens trouvent ça hallucinant, qu'il y ait une telle ambiance, une telle atmosphère.
Oui, alors c'est très important puisque c'est quand même ce qui est recherché au final. C'est-à-dire que la reconnaissance d'un travail qui est... L'atmosphère, elle est exceptionnelle, ça c'est un fait. Et de toute façon, ça se ressent et ça se voit. C'est-à-dire l'atmosphère, ça comprend... C'est tout en fait, ça englobe tout. C'est-à-dire que tout ce qui se dégage est...
Merci beaucoup pour tout. Franchement, c'était génial. On se retrouve à Munich.
Oui, c'est ça.
Surtout, il faut gagner. Hein. On y va.
On y va.
Allez, ça marche. So with Wednesday, the 21st of May, the final is in 10 days. And we're here at the Campus PSG, which is the brand new modern training ground in Poissy. We will see players, we will see them train for a little bit. There's a lot of people here. You could see the excitement, French people and French media and foreign media as well. I think it's super exciting to be here. It feels like coming home here, you know? I mean, this is an amazing training ground. It also shows how much the club has gone up in everything that they've done really in the last few years, because to have a training ground like this for your men's team, your women's team, I think it's very special, especially compared to what we knew when we were younger and kids. being a fan and having been to the stadium or to the training ground to wait for the players for autographs after training, outside, behind the gates, and trying to get as close as possible at the end to get a shirt maybe or something, you know, and to now being almost on the other side and meeting them, seeing them, talking to them, knowing some of them, knowing the club that well now, and it feels unreal at times, and I think there's a lot of emotion, there's still a lot of passion. This is where the Champions League final really starts. This is the clock is going to start ticking down from now until the 31st, and I think this is the beauty of it. Champions League final is so special. I know you might not agree with me, but for me this is the Luis Enrique project for me. How did you build this team?
When I arrived to the club 2 years ago, with my own idea and tried to build a different team with a different perspective and different mentality, to play as a team. In that moment, I think we are achieving things that we even could dream, but at the same time, it's we need to go step by step and try to win it.
This is his project, this is almost his club now, and they've given him the keys, all the keys, not just 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5. He's got all the keys to do what he wanted, to sign the players he wanted, to play the way he wanted. I saw you watching training from up there. Do you see better from there?
Of course, it's much better. And in fact, if I could watch the match there, it's going to be perfect for me because I can control everything.
Yeah.
When you are in the normal position of the coach in a match, it's a disaster. You cannot feel, you cannot watch the other players from the other side. For me, it's the best way to work.
He's done an amazing job, really, and he's a fascinating guy, very stubborn, but also so passionate and so full of amazing ideas that I think he deserves to be in the final. They've been the best team in 2025 in Europe, and now he's just 90 minutes or 120 minutes away from 10 years on winning another potential treble with another team, which would be exceptional.
We're here in Milan. It's Monday. Inter on Friday night. They beat Como, but they lost the title on the final day of the Serie A season. Gonna have to see what their mood is like going into that Champions League final on Saturday in Munich. So we're gonna go off to Lake Como. So we've made it here to Appiano Gentile, Inter's training ground, far nicer training ground than Paris Saint-Germain's. We're going to speak to the players and the coaches, but first of all, I'm going to talk to La Repubblica's Franco Vanni about the situation at Inter. Franco, we're here to hear from the coaches and the players about the Champions League final, but what is everybody else talking about today at Appiano Gentile?
Yesterday and today, everybody's talking about Simone Inzaghi's future. The question is, will Simone Inzaghi accept the big offer that Al Hilal, the Arab club, did to him? Simone Inzaghi can stay in Inter Milan. If they will win the final, especially, I think that they can offer to Simone something better than Al Hilal.
In the camp, what is the mood like? On Friday, yeah, they beat Como, but they lost the league. Napoli are champions.
I think that losing the league for just 1 point was tough.
Yeah.
Okay? And they did nothing to hide that. Everybody, the coach and players, they say, for us was really tough. Then I think that in Inter Milan, they know that they have something more and something less comparing to the PSG. What they have more is experience, because they are the same guys that played and lost, actually, the final against Manchester City in 2023 in Istanbul, okay? And they won the revenge. What they have less than PSG is that they are older.
Yeah.
So they have more experience, but you have also to run.
Simone, come mai una squadra che raggiunge 2 finali in 3 anni viene presentata come un underdog, un outsider?
Ma questi sono sono le questioni del calcio, insomma. Noi sappiamo il nostro percorso qual è stato in questi anni, sappiamo che giochiamo contro squadre fortissime come sarà il Paris Saint-Germain, come è stato il Barcellona, come è stato il Bayern Monaco, però faremo la nostra finale nel migliore dei modi con tantissima fiducia perché vogliamo cercare di vincere la partita sabato.
Penso che nella storia della Champions League faccia molto anche il blasone del club, nel senso che ovviamente se parliamo di Real Madrid che ha vinto 15 Champions League o il Liverpool che ne ha vinte altrettante tante, quindi forse è quella cosa che fa passare l'Inter come outsider della Champions.
Le sconfitte sempre dico che si impara di più, una sconfitta in una finale di Champions sicuramente ci ha lasciato tantissimo da imparare, oggi siamo più maturi, però questo non vuol dire niente, questo ci deve dare forza, ci deve dare consapevolezza di che squadra siamo, di che gruppo siamo e tutto il rispetto che ci siamo guadagnati in questi ultimi anni in queste competizioni.
Ma la percezione, l'importante è la nostra percezione della mia squadra, della mia società, dei nostri tifosi. Siamo in un grande ambiente che stiamo lavorando forte in questi miei 4 anni. Abbiamo vinto tanto, abbiamo perso qualche partita importante, ma il percorso è stato grandioso e sono molto contento di allenare questo gruppo.
The leaders are trying to push all the team to be 100% focused and to win no matter what. We have to win. Okay, I think that this is the mood.
Yeah.
So the old guys are trying to push the young ones to the same level of focus and concentration.
It's going to be a game when the details make the difference. PSG are a team that like to have the ball, build up, play a lot on the wings, so we'll have to be focused on that. And they're a good defensive team also. They're very balanced, and it's going to be a hard game.
PSG, we respect them. They are a good team. They are great actually, and we have to do our way, how we play, and yeah, let's see what we're gonna do in this game. But I think it's gonna be excited to watch.
Oh, brilliant finish! That's not bad from Vitinha.
Ça va? Ça va? Et toi? T'es en forme? If I told you when we were in November that you were going to be in the Champions League final, would you have believed me or would you not have believed me?
Oh, we always believed. We spoke at the time that we didn't deserve that place. We didn't deserve the results that we were having. It was really just lack of luck sometimes, confidence. Yeah. Just the ball didn't get in. When we started the ball to go in, when we started to gain confidence and we say to ourselves that we attained a different level, and that was the key.
Je pense que, ouais, surtout en deuxième partie de saison, moi, surtout l'équipe a explosé. On jouait beaucoup mieux, on était encore plus soudés, on défendait plus ensemble, on attaquait tous ensemble. Et puis voilà, on a pris énormément de plaisir et voilà, ça nous a menés jusqu'ici en finale de Ligue des Champions.
Qu'est-ce qui a changé cette année? Toi, tu as connu toutes les ères d'avant, tous les grands joueurs, Ibra et Kylian et Neymar, etc. Qu'est-ce qui est différent pour toi? Qu'est-ce qui fait la recette de ce succès pour toi?
Je pense que ça part beaucoup de l'arrivée de coach, de Luis Enrique, qui a apporté vraiment cet ADN qu'il voulait pour l'équipe. Et cet ADN collectif, de faire les efforts vraiment à fond sur le terrain, de beaucoup travailler, les attaquants ils défendent, les défenseurs qui attaquent, tout le monde participe, tout le monde joue, tout le monde fait un job important sur le terrain.
C'est une équipe difficile à jouer. Moi, je les ai regardés pratiquement toute la saison parce qu'il y a Marcus Thuram. C'est une équipe difficile.
Questa è la seconda finale in 3 anni ed è qualcosa che non succede spesso, soprattutto nella storia dell'Inter, però sono veramente contento di rappresentare l'Inter e rappresentare Milano.
It's the biggest game of my career, and I think it's the biggest game of almost everyone's career. We are a young group, but we are ready for it. We have a lot of will to play this game and to win it.
As an Iranian player and Middle East of Asia, that's the dream come true. You know, that's amazing.
Le plus gros match de ma carrière, bien sûr. De loin. Et peut-être que d'autres n'en joueront jamais dans leur vie. Donc franchement, je prends ça positivement. On se prépare avec l'équipe. Mais personnellement, voilà, je suis très excité à l'idée de jouer cette finale. Et j'ai très envie de ramener ce trophée à Paris.
Era importante passare il turno, ce l'abbiamo fatta e adesso siamo felici e orgogliosi di giocare un'altra finale.
Pour concrétiser ce beau parcours qu'on a fait, toutes ces belles émotions qu'on a vécues jusqu'à ici, pendant cette saison, pendant des années aussi, je pense que voilà, une opportunité que je vais tout faire et tout laisser sur le terrain pour qu'on puisse vraiment finir bien et en beauté avec ce titre.
Che ogni momento della partita è decisivo, i singoli episodi saranno importantissimi, dovremo essere bravi nei momenti dove ci sarà sofferenza a lavorare bene di squadra per cercare di superare questi momenti.
What would it mean for this club to win the first Champions League and for the city and for the fans?
Yeah, a big city like Paris, unbelievable supporters like Paris Saint-Germain supporters. All they deserve to win a Champions League. I don't know if it's going to be that year, I hope that. And from the first day we speak about making history in Paris. I don't know if we are able to do that, but we are going to try.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Buena suerte. It's been so good to be here today at the PSG training ground, the campus PSG, to see the players, to see Luis Enrique, to have a bit of a feel of how they are now, the excitement.
So that was fantastic. Inzaghi, Lautaro, all filled me with confidence ahead of their flight to Munich. So I'm really sorry, Jules, but I think it's going to be a hard day for your boys. I think Inter are going to win. Forza nell'azzurro.
I'm going to go home, pack, be ready for Munich. James, I see you in Munich. And you know what? I think I'll be the one celebrating.